Okay guys, this is an update on my build. I'm gonna do a tier 21 dungeon. This one right here because it doesn't have any benefits or cons against my build. So I'm using this one. Now this is my own original build, and the reason I say that is because I didn't follow any guide. I'm not a hardcore gamer in any way, I'm just a casual. But since I'm not working at the moment, I'm going all in. This is the furthest I ever been in Diablo, and that's my honest truth. This is the furthest I ever been, and I'm just making it up as I go. Just building my own stuff, going at my own pace. And if I'm not mistaken, that's what the Diablo developers want, people like me. So this is my update and my progress and how far I'm going and how well I'm doing with my build. So this is yet another test of if my build is actually good or working at all in the intended way I believe it should. So right here in the beginning of the dungeon, I don't know what happens, but I'm not doing too good in the beginning, but that soon changes. Like, give it a minute, and all of a sudden, I don't know what changes, but all of a sudden, it changes. My build has a lot to do with vulnerability and conjurations, full-on conjurations. And this is my first, maybe not my first. Yeah, I think this is my first tier 21 nightmare dungeon that I've ever done, especially in this season that apparently you have to avoid traps, which I find out later on. So this gameplay, it's an example of somebody that is just playing on their own, figuring things out as we go. The casual gamer, guys, the casual gamer. But I'm enjoying my time with the game. I know this game is getting a lot of hate, and I'm hearing good things about the next season, so I'm hyped about it. I actually really enjoyed this game. I played it with my wife, and we played the whole story, and it was. I love this. I love this game. I love the visuals, especially the story. But the visuals, especially, and the gameplay is fun. It's fun. I enjoy it. And sometimes it consumes too much time, but like I said, now I have time. Before, I could not reach this level, unfortunately. So, pros and cons, guys. Pros and cons. At the end of the video, I am gonna explain my build. If you haven't seen it, but it's basically an updated version of the one that I had before to balance out my damage so I could do higher damage and also survive. But yeah, guys, I was so happy that my build was doing so good. At this point, I was mind boggled. I was myself. I was like, oh my god, I'm actually doing this. I'm actually, and let's see how many tiers. I'm gonna keep leveling up. Hopefully, try to get a level 100 and see if I could do some of the hardest, hardcore, tier 100 nightmare dungeons. Let's see. I've never seen myself reaching that height, but who knows? I feel like I'm doing good progress. And there's always going to be trolls and critics, but hey, I'll stick to what I like and I believe and just push through, man. We only lose when we surrender, no? Or we only lose when we give up. And I don't intend on giving up, guys. But if you guys are still here, I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. I want to say thank you so much. You guys have been awesome, especially the guys who leave comments being so supportive. Even if they know my build is not the god tier it should be, I'm so happy that you guys support gamers that are just trying to game for fun. I'm a big supporter of gaming for fun and enjoyment and entertainment. But thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. You guys are legends, for real. Besides that, I think I'm gonna just let the video roll, and if you reach to the end, you'll see my explanation of how I change or how my build is so far. This part really impressed me. I do gotta say, I did not think I was gonna survive that trap chest, but I do quite well. I like it. I'm liking it, guys. I'm loving it. But I'll leave it at that. No more commentary from me. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you at the end.
I need time to prepare that. I need time to prepare that. I'm not ready yet. ready yet. I cannot carry more.
Now to explain my build, I'm gonna go to the Paragon board. I'm only level 78. I just did a Nightmare Dungeon tier 21, which is the beginning, and I feel pretty confident with my build so far. The first glyph I have is exploit, which is vulnerable damage. My build has a lot to do with vulnerable damage. The next one I have elemental summoner for the conjuration because I use a lot of conjurations. And over here as well, just boosting up my conjurations. I'm using unleash glyph, and it gives me bonuses to my conjurations as well. Bonus damage. Over here is like the most essential one, which is frigid fate, vulnerable damage, and I'm over here expanding towards having the requirements necessary to unlock all this vulnerable damage and bonuses over here. And then, wait, yeah. And then over here, I got searing heat. And this is pretty much just basic fire damage. And I haven't explored that one too much. So bare minimum, bare essentials. So in my tree, I did change, like, you know what, I use arc lash because of the cooldown. And then I love incinerate. I've tried a fireball, and fireball, I think it has a higher DPS, but I just love this skill, and I want to play a build that I enjoy playing. So I went all in incinerate with burning damage. Put some skill points right here for survivability. Then essential part of the build, Frost Nova, to turn enemies vulnerable. And I'm using the enchant, which your conjurations have a 30% chance to trigger a Frost Nova, which constantly makes them vulnerable. And since my whole build is based on all conjurations, so I love the Hydra. That's why I'm wearing a glove that gives me an extra Hydra. Plus I have the enchantment, which after I spend 200 mana, it gives me an additional Hydra. So I could get up to 3 Hydras. I love Hydra. Hydra and Incinerate are just skills I really enjoy. Then I have Ice Blades, which also applies vulnerable. And I have one of my gears increases the chance for Ice Blade to do vulnerability and increases the vulnerable damage. Lightning Spear is amazing. It also has vulnerable damage applied since I have more. The point is that Lightning Spear triggers Frost Nova more than anything else. I love it. Then over here I have just to keep more survivability. Then I changed some points. I moved some points around in all my passives. So I put points over here to increase my damage and Devouring Blaze as well, just to increase damage. This one right here is mana regeneration, is amazing. I love it. And this one is just healing for every nearby burning enemy. Less mana for my pyromancy, increased burning damage. But then over here, I have more 9% more chance to stun with my shock. And if you look at my lightning spear, I'm also using the stun effect on lightning spear. And with the cooldown over here, every time I hit an enemy, it gives me a cooldown of all my skills, which in ice blades as well, ice blades give me a even more cooldown, 20% more cooldown. So I just love it, man. I just love the build so far. Now let's show my gear. So my gear is not 925. I'm not level 100 yet, so I'll get there. I have just the bare minimum. I just have what I need. In the helmet, I have the protector for the barrier. Over here, I have the fortune one, which increases my lucky hit chance. Oh, my gloves with the additional hydra, because of course, additional hydra. I am using Veer's Mastery, and this just gives me a. I'm using Veer's Mastery just because it gives me damage reduction. And damage reduction, I just want to survive more. I don't want to be a glass cannon. Esso's Heirloom is just. It's the only benefit that this has. It has mana cost reduction and movement. These boots are there just to make me fast, bro. Like, I just love being fast. I just love your critical strike chance is increased by 27%, which is super good. Increases my critical strike chance, but I just love the speed. I'm using them for speed. Then this is essential. Ice blades apply vulnerable and increase my vulnerable damage. Paired up with my, as long as I have a barrier, I do even more vulnerable damage. And obviously all this could be even better. I just gotta copy it. I'm using Tau Rasha. Of course, this is amazing because I use all the elements. Now this one right here, I don't know if it's helping me or what's it doing exactly. This one is just there for testing. But considering how I did in the dungeon, I'm not complaining. I think it's working. I just gotta figure out how it works really. But yeah, now my satchel, my construct. So you can see right there, I'm losing lightning bolt, breaking, multi-shot, and resource. Then over there, I'm using protect. And the reason I'm using protect is just so I could have extra barrier, more survivability with fortify and initiative, so the construct could teleport to me, because if I don't put that on it, it's just out of sight, missing in action all the time. And duration, I'm basically testing duration. I just unlock it to see if I could have the barrier for longer. But yeah, that's pretty much my build so far, my own little creation here, and I'm liking it. I could survive. I might not be the highest DPS, but you know what? I'm doing good and I'm playing solo, so I love it. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time in the next update with Diablo 4.